Welcome to Trade Pro. In this video, I'm going to show you a fantastic triple super trend trading strategy that combines three super trends, a 200 period exponential moving average, and the stochastic RSI. So I'm going to go over a bunch of examples with this strategy, explain it, and then test it 100 times in a row so you guys can see the results of this strategy. Then I will compare it to all the other strategies I have tested. So let's get into it, but first make sure to like the video, comment down below for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't. Also make sure to check out my Webull link down below if you want 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. Sign up using my link. Of course, I get a couple free stocks myself when you sign up with my link, and you get 2 free stocks. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100 to your Webull, get your 2 free stocks. You can cash them out once you get them. You don't even need to continue using Webull if you don't want to, but you can trade crypto, trade stocks, invest in ETFs, and whatever you want to do it, but use my link down below for Webull, sign up, get your free stocks. Anyway, let's get into the strategy and the testing. Let's go over the indicator settings really fast before I get into the strategy and examples. So for the stochastic RSI down here, settings are default 3, 14, 14 close. And then for the 200 EMA, you know how to do that. And the super trend indicators, I'll show you which one I am using. So you can see here, it's the most popular super trend indicator here on TradingView. And if we go to the settings, so let's go to the outermost super trend. And the settings are 12 and 3. And then if we go 1 in, the middle one, 11 and 2. And then if we go to the closest one in, 10 and 1. And this was based on a recommendation from someone who sent me a link to a video about a triple super trend strategy. I tested that strategy and it was not very good, so I decided to modify it and add my own touch, and then it got some fantastic results. So that is the settings for everything. Now let's get into some examples. The first rule with this strategy is you can only take short positions when price is under the 200 EMA, and you can only take long positions when price is over the 200 EMA. The next rule is for a short position, you can only take a short when the stochastic RSI goes into the overbought territory over the 80 and then crosses down. For a long position, you can only take a long when stochastic RSI goes oversold below the 20 line and then crosses up. For a short, the cross down must be accompanied by the super trend indicators having at least 2 of their lines above the price when you get the cross down. So in this example, we have price under the 200 EMA, we get an overbought stochastic RSI, a cross down on this candle, and 2 super trends above this entry candle. So we can take a short here, and the stop loss is going to be 2 super trend lines above where our entry candle is, and targeting 1.5 times the risk. Okay, so let's go over to this example, and I'm going to show both long and short examples and also some things that you might be wondering about. So over here, we get a cross down on the stochastic RSI in the overbought territory on this candle. There are 2 super trend lines above the price, and we're going to place our stop 2 super trend lines above our entry candle, targeting 1.5 times the risk. And then on this next example, it's going to be a bit of a different story. So what we're looking at here is we go overbought on stochastic RSI and then get a cross down on this candle. But there's only 1 super trend line above. What you can do is wait until there are 2 super trend lines above, and then make sure that the stochastic RSI still isn't below the 50 line, because you don't want to be entering the short if stochastic has already come way down to the bottom. So on this entry candle here, we still have the orange line of the stochastic RSI over the 50 line. So we can still enter a short on this one. And remember, same thing, Stop loss goes 2 super trend indicator lines above our entry candle, targeting 1.5 times the risk. And this one does end up hitting the profit target over here and does not get stopped out. And so let's go for some long examples. So here is an example where, once again, it's a little bit different. So we have the oversold stochastic RSI. We get the cross up on this candle right here. Price is above the 200 EMA. And we're going to be placing our stop 2 super trend lines below our entry candle. So instead of using the bottom one, in this case, we go 2 down, and it's going to be right here, targeting 1.5 times the risk. So that is the setup for this one. And on this one, you can see it's different because we have our entry right here on this red candle, but we only have these 2 lines under instead of 3. So we're going to be placing our stop loss at the farthest away super trend indicator on this one. Okay, so those are the different scenarios. Sometimes you're going to have the stop loss placed at the middle super trend line. Sometimes you're going to have it placed at the outer super trend line, but you're never going to have it placed at the closest super trend line. And then sometimes you're going to get entries like the one over here where you get the entry signal, but the super trend doesn't signal for a while. And as long as the stochastic RSI still hasn't gone below the 50 line, you're still good to enter on something like this. Okay. So I think that pretty much explains the strategy and shows some different scenarios and examples. I think it's time to do the 100 test now. Let's get into it. The results will be all at the end. I'm also going to do a life update talking about a few different things going on in my life and the second channel that's going to be started. So stay tuned. All right, the results are in after the 100 trades on euro against the US dollar, 1 hour time frame using a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. It took 9 months of price data to find those 100 trades, keeping in mind that I did not count signals that happened while a trade was still open. 9 months is quite normal for a 1 hour time frame test. So there were 56 winners and 44 losses, 56% win rate, which is quite good for a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. The most won in a row was 6 and the most lost in a row was 4, so not too bad on the drawdown with this one either. The gain on the account was 40%, so putting it up there with some of the best strategies that I've tested. This one is definitely a good contender if you haven't decided on your personal strategy that you want to go forward with. This one is definitely a good one that you can work with and take it through the optimization process. But anyway, I am going to pop this up on the spreadsheet, talk about it a little bit more, and go over kind of a life update of what's going on with me personally, if you're interested in hearing that. So let's check it out. All right, here it is on the spreadsheet, falling at spot number 17, tied with 18, 19, and 20 for 40% gain on the account. One really interesting thing about this test is it's actually the highest profiting strategy test using a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. If you notice, all of these above it are 1 to 2 risk reward ratios, and this one here was variable, so it had minimum 1 to 2, moving the stop to break even at 1 to 1, and targeting 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, anything in between there. So really good test. And if we also take a look at how many strategies have been tested, 62 now, definitely fallen at a good spot on this list at 17. So I'd definitely recommend taking a look at this if you haven't decided on what your long-term strategy is going to be, definitely take a look at this idea, this concept, and you can work with it to create something that's really great. It's already pretty good as it stands, but keep in mind that I just throw some indicators together, do a risk-reward ratio, and a single stop-loss placement method, and I don't try anything else out. So definitely try to optimize it. Try different methods of placing your stop-loss. Try different methods of take profits. See what works best. You can try different indicators instead of the stochastic RSI, or whatever you want to do to try and optimize it and make the results better. Whether it be a trailing stop loss, moving your stop to break even, different stop loss placement, anything like that where you can optimize the strategy and make it have better results. So just keep that in mind with all these strategies. You know, this isn't how you should be trading it. You should be taking the concepts, and I'm giving you tons of things to work with so that you're able to put together a really great strategy and system on your own. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this strategy. I'll go over a life update here. So I actually just got approved for my visa to go to the Philippines. So I'm going to be going there on the 11th of May. So very, very soon. And I'm really excited. And I also got approved for my wife to start a channel about lifestyle, living in the Philippines, working out, nutrition, just the trader lifestyle that I have. And it's not going to be some like extravagant thing where I'm trying to brag to everyone about making a bunch of money, because you know I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm not making an insane amount of money, but I have the freedom of a trader's lifestyle, and I want to portray an actual realistic view of what it's like to have a steady income from trading, where it gives you the freedom to do the things that you love. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become rich or multimillionaire or drive Lamborghinis. You know, I'm looking at buying, when I get to the Philippines, I'm looking at getting a place that is nice, but, you know, modest. And also I'm looking at used cars. I'm not going to be buying like a nice brand new car. I want to pay cash for honestly, I want a Mazda Miata. I want to pay cash for a used Mazda Miata because I love those cars and they're so fun. But I'm not looking at Lamborghinis. I'm not looking at fancy, expensive things. I'm going to show you a realistic view of what it's actually like, what my lifestyle is like. Plus, I love working out. I love nutrition. I love traveling, so can show you some beautiful beaches and forests and waterfalls, and you know, even within the Philippines and also outside once COVID's over. Going to be heading over to Thailand, Vietnam, other places, checking out the scenery. And hopefully I can bring you guys along on the vlogging style channel, lifestyle channel. I don't really know exactly what it's going to be called, but my wife is approved and she's going to be my videographer and my editor. She doesn't really want to be on the actual videos, but we'll see about the future with that. Maybe she will in the future. But anyway, that's kind of my life update, going to the Philippines on May 11th, and I'm all approved with my visa, so exciting stuff. The issue was that normally you don't need a visa to go to the Philippines as a US citizen. If you're a US passport holder, you don't need a visa normally, but because of COVID, I had to get a visa, and they're only allowing people in who are married to Filipino citizens. So my wife is Filipina. And so that's the only reason I'm actually able to go there during this COVID time. So no one else would be able to go there unless you have children there, you are a Filipino national yourself, or you're married to a Filipino. So luckily I am married to a Filipino and I will be able to go there. So we're going to update you guys on the life updates and get that channel going once I get over there. But anyway, sorry for not having a ton of videos lately, you know, just kind of stressing about the move, and people have been asking for the 8-hour trading session, which I am going to do, but guys, just be patient. Don't worry, I'm not just skipping it. I'm going to do an 8-hour trading session video where I do it on a 1 minute or 3 minute time frame, some low time frame for 8 hours straight. And yeah, so that is going to happen. Just be patient. I'm not skipping out on it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to anyone who listened to my life update. You guys are awesome, and the channel has been going really great. So I'm so happy a lot of people are finding value in the content, because, you know, this is the type of stuff that I really wish that I had at the beginning of my trading journey, when I was just completely clueless. And not only just the idea of having all these different strategies and concepts to work with, but also the idea of actually testing a strategy and making sure that you know how it's going to perform, and having strict rules to follow, sticking to a system, stuff like that. That is, you know, things that you don't really do when you first start trading, thinking that you can get rich quick trading. It's just not going to happen, guys. So you're going to need, if you really want to make a significant income trading, you're going to need $500,000. You're going to need, you're going to need a lot of capital to be able to bring in the type of income that a lot of the flashy lifestyle traders show, whether buying Lamborghinis, living in mansions, stuff like that. All those are rented for the most part, or they're taking out huge loans. So guys, it's all a facade. Pay cash for things, and don't try and live above your means. I am very frugal. I try and save money on everything. It's the realistic, normal way that it should be. It doesn't matter if you're a trader. It doesn't mean you're rich. It's going to take a long time to build wealth trading, because you need so much capital to actually make a good, hefty income from just trading. Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that Webull link. Get your free stocks, 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. Check out my Webull link down below, and it does support my channel, as well as, of course, I get free stocks as well when you sign up using my link and deposit $100. So check out my Webull link. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.